What happens when the vibrant Kenyan fashion meets to transform lives? That's deep, right? I mean, how can fashion transform lives? You're going to find out next on Shero Coffee Chat. And I just want to thank you for watching.
Hey there, thank you so much for hanging out with us on
Air Assault. Hello, friends, and welcome to Shero Coffee Chat. We hope you've had a great week, and thank you for joining us today. We've got a full cup ahead, so grab your Shero coffee, because we're taking a spin around the Shero resource table. Plus, we've got your chat, tip, and guest of the week. Let's give a big shout out to our host, Melissa Farmer Hill, Army Combat Veteran, host of Shero Coffee Chat, and founder of the Shero Coffee Club, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. And now, reporting for duty and ready to lead the conversation, Melissa Farmer Hill.
Air Assault! Good morning, you guys. You guys, this is so funny. I didn't even realize it was time to air. The conversation got so deep with our guests. I was just so enthralled with it. So I know this is going to be a great conversation today. I just want to say good morning, friends, and thank you for joining us today on the Shero Coffee Chat, where we bring remarkable people to the table for conversations that inspire, inform, and connect you. Because guess what? You weren't meant to do the world alone. So we're glad you're here with us today. Now, let me ask you something. Who thinks about the children and women in Kenya? Who? The World Bank estimates that 19%, that's a big number, of the primary school age children in Kenya are not even enrolled in school. Here in America, it's about maybe 3 or 4%. But that's almost, 20% of the population of kids that are not enrolled in school. But here's the beautiful thing. Donna V. Werner, remember that name, Donna V. Werner. Guess what? Through Destiny Dorcas International. Why did I say that? Dorcas Destiny International. She is helping bring hope, nourishment, education, opportunity to a vulnerable population of women and children. Now, for us here, she's bringing beauty, fashion, culture, and bringing her mission to the forefront. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you today's guest. I've been really going crazy about these. I'm ready now. You guys will see every week. You guys know I make a mistake, but it's okay. It's okay because we're good here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the founder of Dorcas Destiny International, Miss Donna V. Werner.
Thank you.
I did it right. There are so many hiccups this morning. But what do we do with our hiccups? We work right through them, you guys. And we just keep on moving. Like you can see my blinds right here. It's not totally in frame, but there we go. That helps it out a little bit. Donna, you are not a stranger to Shero Coffee Chat. And I just want to say, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Melissa. It is such a blessing and an honor to be invited back.
Yes.
So thank you so much for this second bite at the apple.
I know. I want to start by you telling our audience guests, what is Dorcas Destiny International?
Dorcas Destiny International is a lot of things. The core and the focus of it is family and relationship and love and hope and just everything that is part of the human experience. We are a 501c3, so we were founded in June 2017. And since then, I have taken 20 trips over to Kenya. Just finished my 20th trip a week or so ago. And that kind of speaks to the fact that it's really about relationship and family. So the Lord has sent us to some of the people who have some dire circumstances and living situations. And it's been a pleasure, an honor, and a joy to meet them and spend time with them, get to know them, and invite them into our family.
That is so amazing to just be able to, I think, to have the ability just to be able to help someone else, but to do it in an international way. I think it's definitely a true, that, like, it's a star on that blessing. Now tell me, what was that moment where you realized that made you say, I want to help. I want to help these people. I want to help people. I don't like that. I don't like these people because we're all God's children. But what made you say, I want to help? This is the community that I want to serve. There you go.
I think there were multiple moments, because how I ended up in Kenya. Because one of the things that's the frequently asked question: why Kenya? Are you Kenyan? Did you grow up in Kenya? Your family Kenyan? No, and no. I went to a conference in Toronto in May 2016, and I met a gentleman who said that he was from Kenya, and he asked me if I would help him with the school that he had started in his village where he grew up. So I said yes. I mean, I just, I'm a helper, so
Right.
without much thought, I didn't get a check in my spirit or anything. It's like, sure, I'll help you with your school. And later on, realized it's like, okay, what did I just agree to? Like, I don't even know what that means to help, but I knew I wanted to. A year later, in June 2017, a friend of mine and I went to Kenya for 3 weeks and spent a week and a half in the slums and a week and a half in the village. And one night I was laying in the bed in the village, and I was just thinking about what I had seen them, how they prepared for us. They were getting up before daybreak and starting a fire, so we would have water to wash ourselves, and have a shower and those kind of things. And I just saw how the people lived, which was nothing that I was familiar with. I had have done a lot of traveling as a tourist, but this was my first opportunity to really find out how the people lived. And I saw what hardship they had on a daily basis, where I could go back to my little comfortable life in America, in Illinois,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
just, shake off what I just went through. But it was like, this is how the people live. They don't get a chance to go anywhere else. This is their home. This is their life. So it was like, I couldn't come back and have my life be the same when they were living in the conditions they were living in. So I understood then what my friend asked for when he said, would you help me with the school? And came back, banged out my 501c3 application. A week later, had my letter in my hand, and kind of took off running from there. And here we are, in our 10th year, 9th birthday, and still doing it big for the Lord.
Good. Amen to that. So I'm glad you spoke about your 501c3. How challenging, because of course I love to talk to women in business and things like that. What was a challenging part about that experience when you had to get your 501c3 and things like that?
The application process itself was easy. Getting support for it once we got it established, that was the challenge, because and I think veterans understand it better than the average person, because you've seen places outside of the US, and where we do have problems here in the US. They're not the same kind of problems that I saw in Kenya.
I've seen the same thing. Poverty is different.
Yes, it's different. The homeless here could be considered middle class to the folks that we work with in Kenya. So having people translate that from, well, we have problems here. Why do you have to do something there when you can do something here? We have issues here.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I worked in homeless services in Chicago and in New York City, and I promise you it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have the kind of safety nets over there that we have over here. So you're like you mentioned in your stats, you know, most of the children that don't go to school here, I don't even know what the reasons are, but over there, the tax dollars don't send you to school. Even if even in a government school, you have to pay something. So if your family doesn't have the money to send you to school, you just don't go. You have to pay to go to school. You have to pay to get the exams. You have to pay for this, pay for that, you know, and the people that the Lord sent us to, they just don't have it, period.
Right.
So, you know, the slums there are really truly slums where you can have a family of 4 living in a 10 by 10 room, literally.
That's a tent.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, that's what I related to, because I have, you know, 10 by 10, a 10 by 10 tent for outside events. And that is small for a family of 4.
I mean, no private bathroom, the latrines, you know, so a hole in the floor that everybody shares. You know, you could have, you know, 8 or 10 rooms with families in them all using the same couple of latrines, because they're not toilets, they're latrines.
Right.
And, you know, no power, no electricity, no running water. It's crazy. It's crazy when you see what I've seen and what many veterans have seen. You understand why there and not here.
And, you know, most people who have not experienced that or seen it, you know, they have no idea. They do not understand, you know, there's true poverty out there. But I think one of the beautiful things about your organization is you're bringing this you're bringing this to the forefront. But not only that, you're doing it in such a beautiful way. Such a beautiful way. Let's talk about this fundraiser for Dorcas Destiny International.
So I have she's one of my board. She's actually my vice chair of my board, and we've been talking about her doing something with and for DDI, because Dorcas Destiny International has a mouthful, so we call it DDI. For years, I mean, literally 3-4 years, we've been talking about her doing something with us and her doing something to help us. And just in our talking through weeks of conversations earlier in the year, she said, well, you know, you go to Kenya, you have, you know, fashions from Kenya. You're going back again later this year. How about we have a fashion show? And it's like, yeah, how about we have a fashion show? You know, so back in March, we started this thing, and you know, planning and, you know, finding out how many random details there are that, you know, between her thought process, my thought process, and ChatGPT, we were able to try to, you know, get these things in place. So we have this fashion show, which, you know, part of our conversation just before the program started is that, you know, when was the last time you actually saw a fashion show?
Right.
You know?
It's been a while since I've seen a fashion show.
And this one is like, okay, well, let's bring Kenya to the U.S. You know, let's bring Kenya to Illinois, to Justice, Illinois, in fact.
Let's bring Kenya to the U.S. That's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
And so let's talk about because it's not just a fashion show, right?
Right.
We've talked about DDI, Dorcas. It's easier to say that. You're right.
Yep.
You saw me get it. I got tongue twisted at the top of the show. But this is about DDI, and it's bringing fashion. But what's so funny is that you were doing this all along. You were always bringing the fashions back from Kenya, but now you're able to put it on a platform to show everyone. So although we're going to have beautiful garments and we're going to have models and there are going to be things like that, this is a fundraiser. So let's talk about the purpose of that fundraiser as well.
Well, one of the things that is important for people to know is we feed over 700 children a day. And those children want to eat every day. If they eat today in school, they want to eat tomorrow in school too. And as I've already kind of described the communities that the Lord has sent us to, the only meal that some of our kids can count on is the one that we provide them while they're at school. So as you can imagine, feeding 700 children of any size, that's a pretty significant budget. So so we do have that as a real expense. And then there's everything that surrounds that. We do have a social worker, we have an admin person, we do educational enrichment. So again, it's important to me that the children are allowed to be children, you know, regardless of what situations and circumstances they were born into. I want kids to be kids. So let's let the kids go to school. Let's have a team that goes in and does arts and crafts with them, and
beautiful
games and all those kind of things. So to help support that is quite a large feat that doesn't end or doesn't stop, because children eat more when they get older. So the older they are, the more food that they need. So that's a real expense, plus the staff and so forth.
And I'm sure, I was going to say, I'm sure people with growing children in their own homes understand, you know, kids want to eat, and as they grow, they want to eat more. So yes, you were going to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. But the other thing that's important for people to know is Dorcas Destiny International, as a 501c3, I do not get paid from DDI. So all the funds that are raised go to either my admin team or to pay for food or to pay for the staff over in Kenya. I work contract work. So it's important for people to know that I do not get paid from Dorcas Destiny International. So that's good for people to know too, because, you know, as a founder, I can invite you to go over to Kenya with me so you can see what happens. You can see what really happens with your money. And in fact, we do that, you know, so other than 2 trips that I made by myself, the rest of the time, a team went with me, because I want to show people what really happens in Kenya. And I've had people that have become supporters and donors because they see the work. They've met the kids. They've been in the communities. They've seen my staff. They've met my staff. So they know what actually happens. And it becomes more real then. You know, once you go, it's real to you. You can see all of the pictures and photos and videos and all of that from here. But when you go over there and you see it,
it's real.
It hits differently. So that's important for people to know, is that, you know, you do have the opportunity to go and see, and to know that I raise money myself to go over on these trips. So we are helping real people with real needs consistently.
I was going to say, I love the fact that you offer to your donors an opportunity to experience this, because so many times people give, but they don't see the results. And then guess what happens the next year? They're giving again. And so I love the fact that, you know, there is opportunity available for them to go see it for themselves. You know, they say, I believe believing is seeing, but a lot of people say seeing is believing. I just believe you have to believe first before you see it. But, you know, seeing is believing. And once they see, you know, the things that you're stating, it's like, yeah, I need to do more. But let's go back to the fashion show, because you guys, you can get tickets on Eventbrite. The tickets are on Eventbrite. Kenya Mission Wear Fashion Show and Fundraiser, Dorcas Destiny International. And not only are you going to see great fashion and have a good time connecting and networking with people, but it's for a worthy cause. Donna has just explained that cause. You guys, I want you to go and get tickets today. Now, what I don't have on here, Donna, is where the fashion show would be located.
It's at Greater Life Christian Center in Justice.
Okay, I'm going to create a banner. Greater
Life Christian Center in Justice, Illinois.
And then I need the time.
3 to 6 p.m.
3 to 6 p.m. All right, let's see if we can. Let's see here. All right. Greater Christian Life Center in Justice, Illinois, from 3 to 6 p.m. You guys will have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous time there. And I'm going to pull this off for a minute. So don't forget, go get your tickets on Eventbrite. And even if you can't attend, the tickets are $15. They can donate. Is that correct? They can purchase
Absolutely.
tickets for other people.
You can,
Okay.
yeah. I've had some people do that, buying tickets for others, just so, or just being a donor. You can just donate without purchasing a ticket, or both. There's always that opportunity. And the other thing that is good for people to know, some of the people who will be in the room are people who have gone with me on a trip. So that's
Oh,
part of what
beautiful.
you'll also have is, testimonials and the ability to hear from people who have gone and have been there. And, there were some of the first people to buy tickets, obviously, because they've been there and they understand, oh, this is
Right.
real. We get a chance to network with each other in that way. And you can ask real people questions about their experience in Kenya with DDI and, meeting the kids and so forth. Because the kids, the kids are the ones that they win your heart,
Yeah.
because they're always excited to have somebody come visit, and that's just fun.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you, when folks go to the fashion show, and you guys get your tickets, when folks leave, when they go to the fashion show and when they leave the fashion show, what do you hope stays with them, long after the models come off the runway?
I want them to understand my heart for the work that we're doing, and I want them to feel as if there's a place for them. Whether they want to go or can go, or they want to donate, they want to pray, they want to volunteer, they want to be part of the board, or anything like that. I want them to find themselves somewhere in Dorcas Destiny International, because, like I said, there's all the fundraising happens here on these shores. So there's always things that you can do. Invite us to present what we have to offer to people that that may be interested. So I just want them to say, wow, this is amazing. I want to be a part of it, because there's
Right.
something, and anybody can help in some way.
Absolutely. So the next question is, what's next for Dorcas DDI? I was about to get that time. See,
I
I have
tell
a
you, it's
problem
easier.
saying, right? What is next for DDI as you look maybe next year and even beyond?
So my ultimate vision is for what I'm calling, at this point, I'm calling a DDI village. I want us to have our own village, our own compound with a church and a school and a place for the kids to stay, families to come visit. I just see us being a whole hub of everything that our families need. So they can come, they can learn skills, they can go to classes, they can complete their education if they want to or need to. Because we do have a lot of women who are in real bad situations at home. They're over there for whatever reason. There are people that have more alcohol issues compared to drug abuse issues.
Oh, wow.
So we have a lot of broken families in that way. So if we can rescue a family, rescue a woman with children that can't take care of themselves, I want them to have a place that they can call home and feel comfortable with. Now, in the short term, we do have a vision for what we are calling Beloved Destiny Children's Home, because we earlier this year we were introduced to some street children in one of the areas that we had not been in before. It's called Lodwar Town in Turkana County in northwestern Kenya. And we want to put these children in a home situation. So that requires a lot, paying for the government permits and getting a place for them to live. So that's something that is urgent for us now, because the time that it's taking us to kind of ramp up financially, the kids are still on the street, but we are feeding them every day. We started feeding them on Easter. So, they are still being nurtured by us in some way. And we just went a few weeks ago. We bought wash basins for them, Vaseline, a bar of soap, and a sheet, so they can have something that's theirs with their name on it. And that was a real inspiring experience to see how the kids was like, wow, those things are ours. That's for us. And just to know that they were excited about a wash basin. You know, we have a whole showers and, 3 bathrooms in the house and
Right.
that kind of thing. And they're
Yes.
excited about a wash basin.
Right.
So we want them to know that they are valuable.
Right.
You are worth the blood of Jesus Christ. And, we want to make sure that you don't feel like a street child, that you do have a home and a family.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're actively working on now to get in position for.
And for our audience who might not know what a street child is, can you explain that?
So the street children are kids that literally live on the street. And it could be because they don't have parents, or they could have a parent or two that are both just, they could be drunkards. They could be disabled. Their both parents died. Now they're with an elderly grandmother that can't take care of them. So they just literally live on the street. They get what they get where they get it. And, being honest about it, we all know how vulnerable our girls are in situations like that. So we really want to make sure that we're rescuing as many girls as possible so they don't have to do things they shouldn't have to do just to survive. Because that's what happens with the street child.
So that's, thinking about street children and thinking about, there's been a big push of awareness for trafficking. Do you find that in those areas that there is a lot of trafficking of children?
I would say that it's not active trafficking in terms of them, taking the girls or taking the boys and carting them off somewhere. They are just vulnerable in place.
Yes.
They, you entice a child with whatever.
Yeah.
That, you may see that they're dirty. You may see that they don't have shoes. So you offer them, well, if you do this, I'll do that. So it's more that, quid pro quo kind of situation.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then the next question, something that sparked my, mind was that, do you have challenges working with the government? Like most people we're not used to working internationally as business owners. We're here in the US and a lot of our things are in the US. So working internationally, do you find that there are challenges working with the government and, and operating?
Yeah, there are. And one of the things that was an initial irritant when we started visioning about Beloved Destiny Children's Home is that these are, like I said, these are street kids. They don't live anywhere.
Right.
So the government's not helping them at all. But as soon as an organization wants to help, we need this permit, we need this registration, this certificate, all of which costs money.
Right.
So because we want to do things decently and in order, we have to jump through their hoops and not call attention to ourselves and then have them hounding us about one thing or another. Because one of the things that they have said is that they don't want to have a orphanage style entity that is housing children. But if the children are on the street, literally, why don't you want them to have a family? Why are there so many hoops and things to jump over?
Yeah.
You would think they would make it easier, but they don't.
Yeah, you would think. Okay. All right. So I just want to say thank you for showing up on Shero Coffee Chat. I am going to pull myself out of this camera and I want to let you say anything you want. You guys, I just want to put this up one more time. Make sure you go get your tickets. Tickets are only $15. It's for such a worthy cause. Dorcas Destiny International. Look, I said it there. DDI. DDI, it's for such a worthy cause, and they are bringing the Kenyan fashion to us right here in Justice, Illinois. I'm going to put that information down here. Get your ticket. Greater Life Christian Center, Justice, Illinois, 3 to 6 p.m. You got to show up. And if you can't show up, you can support. You see where your dollar goes. It's not being, filtered off somewhere. It's being used for its purpose, the purpose that you gave it for. So yes, I just wanted to show them that. One more time. And now I just want to say thank you for coming on Shero Coffee Chat. Hey, audience, stick around. I have a few announcements to make, but Donna V. Werner, thank you for coming on Shero Coffee Chat. The platform is now yours.
Thank you, Melissa. And thank you to everybody who is watching and who is watching now or who will watch later. The event is Saturday, August 15th, 3 to 6 p.m. And it's going to be a fun time. And we would just invite anybody that's interested in what we're doing. If anything has piqued your interest, to show up, reach out to me directly. Help us help the kids over in Kenya that could really use your love and support. Let them know that they are important and valuable to you. And we are just excited to be featured here. And we invite you to be part of what we're doing. So God bless you all. And our hashtag is hashtag DDI for Kenya. You'll find us all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. So look us up, follow us, and be a blessing. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Donna, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. I'm going to give it to you one more time, you guys. It's next Saturday. I don't think we said that. It's next Saturday, August 15th. There's all the contact information below, but you can go right ahead and get your tickets on Eventbrite. Notice what I added, ticket with an S. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. They're only $15. So when you go to Eventbrite, once you see this page right here, you'll know that you are in the right place. It takes place next Saturday, Justice, Illinois, from 3 to 6 p.m. Donna, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate you as well. We'll see each other again soon.
I know. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys, that was Donna V. Werner, the founder of Dorcas Destiny International, and she's gone, but I'm going to say this one more time. You guys, go ahead and get your tickets. Go on Eventbrite. You've listened to her. You've listened to the cause. You can even participate and go to Kenya to see what she's doing by being a part of that organization. There's so much help needed in the world, and you see what she's building. You see her vision. You definitely want to participate in what DDI is doing if your heart is led to do so. But right now, last call. These are your tickets. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. You know her vision. You know her heart. You see what DDI is doing. All right. I just wanted to say that one last time. And don't forget, at Shero Coffee Club, we also are doing our fundraiser as well. One mission, many causes. You all, this is the last week, because I think the 16th is next Sunday, right? Yep. Next Sunday is the last day to support our one mission, many causes. There are the organizations, but you know what? I think Donna just gave me a great idea. I think next year we'll do our fundraiser a little different. We have nonprofits that Shero Coffee Club is associated with. We'll take our nonprofits. Now, somebody mark this for me. We'll take our nonprofits that Shero Coffee Club is associated with, and then we'll take our ambassadors and we'll match them up together. So now we're raising funds for those nonprofit organizations that are already a part of Shero Coffee Club. So yes, I think we'll do that. Let's do that next year, 2027. But in the meantime, you still have the opportunity to participate in our one mission, many causes. What we're doing is we have our ambassadors, our Sheros are supporting causes that matter. Not only our ambassadors, our coffee ambassadors, but our tea champions too. We have organizations like DAV, Disabled American Veterans. We have My Sister Inc. We have Victory Place. We have Female Vets in Illinois. We have the Wings program. So there are so many organizations that are close to our ambassadors and our tea champions' heart. And for everything you purchase, a portion of that goes to that organization. One mission, many causes. So I want to tell you guys, this is the last week. So make sure you shop our coffee or tea, sherocoffee.com. You choose her team and you choose your team, and that team comes with you when you check out at the end, and then you're going to be supporting her cause. So I just wanted to tell you about that. And I want to tell you about an upcoming event for this week. Yes. We are having a community conversation around mental health, and this is called Building Hope. And it's not just a conversation. We're going to be building a wall of hope. So you're going to be able to put your positive messages that you use when you're feeling, a little down and you're trying to dig yourself out of that foxhole to just, feel better. So we're going to be building an entire wall of hope. We're going to have food. There are going to be speakers, and we're going to have, I got stuck on the food, you guys. I got stuck on the food part, but we're going to have conversations that really matter. And those conversations are around mental health, learning and caring for your mental health. It doesn't always have to be, it can be fun. It can be done differently. So we're trying to find ways to do mental health in a different way. And there is the scan. You can just scan to RSVP. And even if you don't RSVP, if you show up, no one's going to turn you down. No one's going to turn you down. So we'll be in the Chicago area. That's next Tuesday, August 11th. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's at 8140 South Racine in Chicago, Illinois. It's at the New Beginnings location, veterans location. So come out. Like I said, even if you don't RSVP, we'll be there from 6 to 8 p.m. And I think that's all of the announcements that I had. I just want to thank you guys for just showing up as you always do. Yesterday, I just wanted to tell you guys, I am the recipient of a BMO grant. Yes. Yesterday was the Women Veterans Business and Marketplace Expo. We had a great time. I will talk about that a little more next week, but I just want to say, shout out to Dr. Lockhart. She was on about 2 weeks ago talking about, last weekend, I believe. Last weekend. She was on Shero Coffee Chat talking about this event. And I just want to thank her for her vision. I'm so glad to be one of the ambassadors for that event. And also, I'm ecstatic about being a recipient of the grant. Now, what does that mean for you? For those who shop on Shero Coffee, who shop on our website at sherocoffee.com, it means we're going to get more condensed tea packages. Now you can get all 4 of the teas inside of one packaging, and that's what those grant funds will go to. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to promote that, and it was a pure blessing to receive. I mean, I wait till I show you the footage next week. It was like I was in shock. Like, okay, really me? But yes, it's going for tea packaging production to bring to our customers a variety of our 4 different teas in one package. So yes. So Donna, I see you're still here. I'm going to bring you back on stage so we can say goodbye. Yes. I'm so glad you stuck around. I'm so glad
Yes, I'm not
stuck
leaving yet.
around. So you guys, I just want to say thank you for coming on or watching Shero Coffee Chat. Donna, thank you so much for sharing your vision and the things that you're doing over at Dorcas Destiny International. I want everyone, these conversations matter because you can pick out something small. You can pick out something small to connect with. It's an organization that you can become a part of. So I want you to know that you are not doing life alone. I really want you to know that. And the remarkable guests that we have on here, they are doing some great things that you can become a part of. So until next week, we've got coffee for the grind and tea for the pause and conversations for the journey. And I will see you next week on Shero Coffee Chat. Bye-bye.
Hey there, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this week's Shero Coffee Chat. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming next. And hey, make sure your weekday begins with Shero Coffee, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. You can visit us at sherocoffee.com. We'll see you next week right here on Shero Coffee Chat and have a blessed week.